All right, Katie, what are we having for dinner tonight?
We're having seared scallops, grilled steak, and a delicious Marry Me sauce right over top of it.
That looks delicious. I can't wait to try it. You guys stay tuned and we'll show you how we caught them. Hey everybody, you're watching Something Catchy. This is Mackenzie, this is Jameson, and this is Katie. I'm Greg, and we're getting ready to take you on an epic scalloping adventure. We just finished, we got our limit. It was a great day. So stay tuned, I hope you like this video. So we're just about to pull up here, and I'm curious how packed it is. If I had to guess, it's gonna be pretty packed. It's 10:30, we took our time, but at the same time, they basically just announced this yesterday, and then it just spread like wildfire. The news was talking about it, so I mean, you know, it was on my Alexa at the house. It could be extremely packed, or it could be completely empty. Some people were saying they don't want to get in the water because of the, you know, the hurricane came through and it murked the water up a bunch, but it's empty. It's completely empty.
Wow.
Empty.
Wow.
Good. Empty.
Check this out, guys. Pretty rare to get to Anclote River boat ramp and have it look like this, but obviously they just announced this suddenly, and not a lot of people probably know, and some people do know and just weren't able to come because it's a Wednesday. Some people are still a little worried about the water quality because we just had that storm and there was all that stuff in the news about the sewage, but we're pretty far from that and we're weeks after the storm, so I think it'll be all right. Anyway, we're gonna go to our spot where we got our limit last time real easy and see how it is. Oh, this guy's got a flat tire right here. Poor guy.
Man.
Gonna load the boat up and get on the water. We'll see here in just a minute.
It's so empty today, Mom.
It is empty, isn't it?
Worst day ever.
This is really nice.
Don't fall in. It says no swimming here anyway.
Yeah. All right, who's excited?
Me.
Me too. What are you doing?
Opening my goggles.
Opening your new goggles?
Uh-oh. I opened this string.
Good job. You think you can get it, or do you need help?
Let me see.
Hi, we're out here in Anclote River heading out the channel. I expect the water to be pretty murky in here because we just had that hurricane come through and stuff. If it's too murky, we'll head out there into the Gulf a little bit, try like 6-8 foot of water. I expect it'll be a little clear out there. We've got an outgoing tide, so it's not perfect, but hey, I'm looking forward to getting some scallops, so we'll see you over there. She's gonna show you how beautiful it is out here, even with dark water.
So we were a little bit worried about what the quality of water was going to be like, but honestly, look at this. It is beautiful, crystal clear. We're going to start checking for some scallops. Normally you can see them. Typically they'll be in some of the curly grass, or sometimes they'll be on top of the grass. Sometimes they'll be in the sand. Kids, start looking over the side for some scallops.
Mom, I'm gonna get to come in for the first part of the day.
I know.
wasn't expecting this.
I know, right? So we weren't exactly sure if the kids were going to be able to get in right away, but it looks like the tide is low enough and we're definitely going to be able to have them come in.
It's a tiny wavy. It was only
It is a little wavy.
You wanna go ahead and put the troller down for me?
Yeah.
The first bit, I'm just gonna get my husband to check if it's too cold. But if it's a little chilly, that's fine because it's hot.
4 degrees.
84 degrees? Wow, it's going to be a little chilly for us Floridians.
Yeah, it was like 90 the last time we were here.
Yeah.
Can I get Bubby's snorkel out?
Yes, go ahead.
Check that out, guys. That is a huge stingray. I don't know if you can see it, but it's probably at least 4 foot across.
Daddy, is that how big the guy
Steve Irwin? No, the one that got him was a lot bigger than that. But that one could still really hurt you if you accidentally stepped on it or something weird. It was big, wasn't it? Usually you can see the scallops if they're right here, so we might have to move just a little bit.
Oh, Daddy!
What? You see one?
It's right in that grass. It's just...
You see a scallop down there? You think so? I think she might be right. The water is much more clear than I thought it was going to be on an outgoing tide.
I never thought it was going to be anything like this. Guys, I just saw 2 scallops.
How did you know you saw a scallop?
Because it had blue eyes.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're out here. It's probably, what is it? It says 3 foot of water. We got 2.5 foot of tide, outgoing tide. I've already seen scallops. Mackenzie's seen scallops. We're gonna send Katie in to scout for a minute. Look at that, holy cow. Look at that, guys. Now that is low.
Is it about to land?
No, he can't land in the water. That's not a seaplane, he's just flying low. That's cool as heck. I didn't even know they were allowed to fly that low. He's not even 50 foot up. That's cool.
I want to be still.
Look, there they are, look. Are you excited?
Yeah!
All right, you guys, I don't know about you, but my hair gets so tangled when we go scalloping. So I put it in a quick braid. You guys can put it in a bun, put some leave-in conditioner or something in it before you come. It's gonna get tangly. All right, I gotta get in the water because everybody's seeing scallops. All right, let's go, let's go.
Check this out, guys. If you haven't already seen our other video, or if we haven't posted it yet because we haven't actually finished it, we have this net that we made. Basically, it does float on its own, but we put a pool noodle in it just because once you get a vessel limit of scallops in here, this thing gets really heavy. And so it'll pull under and the scallops start to swim out. So anyway, this holds almost exactly the limit for us, so it's really convenient. You're allowed 2 gallons per person. 10 gallons per vessel if you have 5 people. So you have to have 5 people to get the full vessel limit. So I just put that out there.
All right, it's a beautiful day here in Pasco County. First day of scallop season 2.0. Let's get in the water.
Go, Mom. Ready, set.
I think they might be more excited than I even am. It is so cold.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You're never gonna get the
That's
scallop
not
if
what I
you
wanna
don't jump in. Jump.
It's freezing. Scallop season 2.0. I already got my first one right off the boat.
Can you come over here, Mom? Come right here. I see my eyes on. Right there.
Hold them up if you got them.
Woo!
That's what I'm, look how big they are too. Nice.
They needed that month to grow.
Yeah, since the scallop season was closed for a month when it wouldn't have been, and now it's open, it's gonna be open for several weeks after the season usually closes. The scallops are probably gonna be a lot bigger than normal, so that's pretty cool. Let's talk a little bit about the scallops themselves. So the scallops, they have a white or a light side and a dark side. The dark side is the top side, and oftentimes you'll find them in the sand. And when they're laying in dark sand, it is very difficult to see them. If they're in the grass, it can be even more difficult. If you're somewhere where there's a lot of current, the grass will like lay down and kind of cover the scallops that are down in there. So don't think just because you don't see them, right, laying in a sandy patch, they're not there. Sometimes it's easier than others. We've had days where we can come through here and just drive over top of them and see them everywhere, like today. And we've had days where you had to get in 8 foot of water and dive down on the bottom and look around to find them. So if you're scalloping in like 6 foot of water and there's a good bit of current and the scallops are in the grass and you're having a hard time finding them, I recommend swimming up current of your boat and then drifting backwards towards your boat with your face into the current. And so the grass will kind of lay down and you'll be looking into the void that's being created so that you can see the scallops down there. Plus, it's safer that way. If you do get exhausted, you're drifting towards your boat rather than drifting away and having to fight up against current with handfuls of scallops. So safety. I highly recommend staying really close to your boat. Honestly, it depends where you are, but if you're in, you know, a big crowd of people, be careful going far from your boat, because what happens is a boat that's trying to pass through will see that void and they'll try to shoot that void sometimes really fast, and you don't want to get hit. You can even bring a buoy with a dive flag on it. That's really not a bad idea. We keep ours on the boat, but I stay real close to the boat and then we just move the boat rather than swim far from the boat. It's not that hard to just move on the trolling motor if you got somebody on the boat, or, you know, pull the anchor, whatever. I don't recommend using a trolling motor if you're diving alone. Obviously the trolling motor can fail, the spot lock can fail, and then your boat's just drifting off.
This is awesome. I'm literally just not even going 10 feet away from the boat and they are all over. My hands aren't big enough to hold them all, so I highly recommend you guys bring a scallop bag. We do have a scallop bag and I should probably be using it. Hey, can you hand me the scallop bag when you get a chance? Yep. Thank you.
All right, so I've actually got some people that I know that are out there scalloping in deeper water, and I wanted to wait to tell them that they were here until I could confirm, because I haven't been here since the storm. So I'm gonna go ahead and call them. They drove up from Clearwater on a boat. Let them know they're here, see if they're getting any. So as the tide goes out, it'll be easier and easier for the kids. Jameson was able to scallop here the last time we were here. He's gonna get in here a little bit when the tide goes out a little more and it heats up a little bit. It's kind of cold right now. It's like, I don't know, I'd say 80, 85 degrees, blowing probably 10 miles an hour, and the water temp's 84. So for us, that's cold. When we're scalloping out here, usually it's like 90-degree water temps, 95-degree air temps, so it'll be a little bit chilly, but it's not as bad as the Weeki Wachee Springs. If you guys aren't already familiar with snorkeling, you want to spit on the inside of your lens and rub it around and dunk it in the water and wipe it off, and that'll keep them from fogging up quite as bad. You can buy like an anti-fog spray, but save your money. All right, so I should have mentioned this earlier, but I forgot, and so I forgot to even do it myself. If you have a mustache, you want to trim the top half of your mustache off, because you won't get a good seal like this. So I'm going to be fighting that all day. Just, you know, take like a ½ an inch under your nose so you can get a good seal. Test it at home. You don't want to get out here and not be able to scallop because of it. I can tell you, I'm losing seal for sure.
All right, I'm gonna take Kenzie in with me for her first dive of the day. Go ahead.
That was so much fun. Alright guys, so I'm in the water. Let's start looking.
Look how you get to it, okay? Look down. Look down.
Good job, Kenzie.
Good job!
Nice. That's how you do it right there. She's gonna be a pro by time she's a teenager. Pro diver, I mean, she's already pro scalloper almost.
I can hear Greg freaking out because it's cold. We are definitely some Floridians. When 85-degree water is cold, you know you're from Florida. Oh, he's got two! Wow, look how many Greg's got. He's got bigger hands than I do, so he can hold more. Whoa, that's so cool. Yeah, come look. Look at what he got. Look, guys. Jameson, look. It's got somebody living in it, so we can't keep it. But look how cool that is. How neat. Look at all the scallops he's got. That's awesome. Look at that. Careful with it. How neat. Look, somebody's living in there.
Can I pull it back to them?
Yeah, you can throw it back in the ocean. Let Jameson see real quick.
They're huge.
I know.
Look at some of these.
that. Wow. Look, guys. Come look.
How cool is that, guys?
This is massive. This is the one I saw.
Yeah.
You lost one.
I
One
know.
fell
I'll
out.
let the kids get it.
All right.
Thanks, Daddy.
You're welcome. There's a lot. This is cool. You guys want to get in for a minute?
Yeah.
All right, come on in.
Where's my? Oh.
All right, we gotta get Jameson's snorkel real quick.
Hi.
That's cool.
Yes, you can go in. Yeah.
Will you please help me put my goggles on?
Yes.
I was wondering if they were going to be here or not because of the, you know, the storm, the surge, the time that's passed and all that, just being out of the normal season. But they're here and they're thick and they're much bigger than they were. This is really cool. The scallops have these little blue dots all along the front of them. Those are actually their eyeballs. They have like hundreds of little blue eyeballs. And when you disturb the water, like if you're swimming real loud and turbulent, you'll see them close up. They're like trying to hide. And you know, sometimes they'll nestle down. I saw that today several times. I was really swimming or, you know, being a little noisy and I'd see them try to close up and camouflage. So, you know, try to be quiet and stealthy. It'll make it a little bit easier to find them.
All right, Greg says he's got so many scallops. So let's see. One, two. That's all you got?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh. I was like, you said you got so many.
Closed.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Don't whack a scallop at me. Scallop! High five.
Both pockets are full.
Wow. That is insane.
Sometimes people talk about, you know, it's cool that you can dive down and get like two or three in one dive. I probably just got like, it was just literally like this. I don't have to dive. It's very shallow and I'm just grabbing handfuls. I can grab multiple with the same hand. In one hand just a minute ago, I got three just in a reach. I don't even mean like I reach down and then I pull back up. They're so close together, you can just grab a handful of scallops. It's unbelievable.
I had 3 in a row one time. I tried to grab it, but my hands are too small.
Yeah,
so I
I
couldn't
have
grab
to
them
like
all at
scoop
once.
him and bring it up because he's trying to like swim away. I have to like
Yeah.
bring him up and force him to my pockets and stuff.
That's funny.
Really cool.
Yes, let's check them
Go
out.
show her. Yeah, I'm gonna pull us over towards them just a little bit.
Hoist it up, Kenzie.
That it.
Look at that. You don't have to pull it up if you can't do it, baby. But they get the point. It's already getting full. That's awesome.
Oh wait.
All right, so we're gonna take a little snack break while Greg pulls us over to some of his buddies that he's got over here. But check this out. You guys, if you have kids or even if you don't have kids, I highly recommend getting a snackle box. My mom got it for us. She was like, oh, I found a snackle box. And she brought it over and I swear it is the best little thing ever. You can take these compartments out. So like you could put like a sleeve of crackers right here. You could put cheese and meats and all sorts of stuff. I've got just a little variety of stuff. This is actually a pink guava from our tree that we got last night. It is so good. So yes, I highly recommend getting a snackle box. They are so adorable and fun and they are really convenient. If you know, when you got little ones, you've always got to have a bunch of snackies on the boat.
It's not gonna take us long to get limit today. They are everywhere. They're huge and they're everywhere. This is a great day of scalloping, guys. If you're wondering if Pasco season is good still, it's great. And if you're one of those people that's saying that we need to, you know, add more restrictions or close season for a couple years, you just got to move a little. I could go 100 foot this way and not find any. And I see people do that all the time. Around the bend, none. You got to look. You got to find them. And sometimes you'll find them and they'll be like you've never seen before.
All right, Jameson's getting in. Hop in, buddy. Ooh, is it cold?
It takes a second to get used to it, but
Yeah, it does.
look. You got one. Good job, buddy. How cool.
Oh, 2, 3. There's 100.
Look, show everybody.
Show us. Yay! Good job, buddy.
Good job. High five.
There's a bunch, Katie. I can see so many scallops from here.
Come with me.
Go to town, get some scallops.
Hey, I'm gonna see some cool sea life.
Can you toss me the bag?
That's what I was looking for.
It's
Where?
in the scallop bag. It's in the big one. In the floating one. The one scallop bag is thanks, bag.
Hold it.
Okay,
Look what I got all by myself.
Good job, Mackenzie.
Hold it for me though.
Look at that.
I got it.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get more than anybody.
You're doing great. I think you found the biggest one anybody did all day. Woo! Good job, buddy.
Get out one. Look how much.
You can't even lift it out of the water.
Look how much.
Nice, bud. Whoa! Look at all those scallops.
I got another one.
Good job, buddy.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, you hold that.
2 in 1 dive.
Good job, Mackenzie. Whoa! Look at that. Hold on, let me get the camera on that one.
2 in 1 dive.
Good job, Kenzie.
Mom. 2 in 1 dive. I did it.
You did it.
And it's huge.
That's awesome, Mackenzie. Good job.
I saw them and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this. I found another one.
You're good. All right, so the university has been pushing these scallop sorters. So we got one and decided that we might use it last year. And look at this scallop sorter. So pay attention to the size. So, okay, that's fair enough, right? This one seems fairly small, so it would seem logical that anything smaller than that you would want to throw back. But look at what they did without telling us. They changed the scallop sorter size, and look at the difference this year. That seems like something that they should tell you they're going to change. But as you can see, this one falls through that pretty easily now. So they'd say throw this back. But the scallop sorter they gave you last year, yeah, C Grant.
Yeah, that's much smaller.
That seems a little, I'm going to throw this one back anyway, but I feel like that's kind of weird that they wouldn't tell you such a big difference. But look at this one. This thing is huge.
That is
It's
awesome.
almost the size of the whole sorter.
All right, everybody. So we got here at about 11. It's 1:30 now. We've already gotten this many scallops. And just on my one lap around the boat in this new spot, I've gotten this many.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I bet you we're at our limit now. We're going to have to sort them and check, but I bet you we're pretty close to our limit.
I've only seen 2 tiny ones this entire time. They've all been these giant, hold on, let me get some out of here. These giant scallops.
That's awesome.
So let's hope I don't spill them all back into the ocean.
I'd say that's a pretty good haul.
Yeah.
You got a mother load.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
But
All right.
we still didn't get
Now look.
fill it.
Well, hold on.
Don't
Look
rip
how
it.
many it's got now. Yeah, I know. I'm going to hold it from the bottom. Hold on.
Holy cow, look at that.
Look at that.
We're allowed 8 gallons today. Both kids have been in the water scalloping. It's gonna be a lot of shucking, but we're gonna have a great dinner. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
This is awesome. This bag's not even hardly able to float anymore. It's a good thing we put the noodle in there.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's time to measure them out and see how many we've got. We've got, I think our vessel limit today is 8 gallons for 4 people. Your max vessel limit can be 10 gallons if you've got 5 people on it. So it's 2 gallons per person. Wow, these are so big.
Yeah, they grew a lot in a month.
Yeah, they really, like,
Wow!
right? They're so big. They really needed that month almost. So we've kept these alive this whole time, obviously in the water. You don't have to do that. You can just go ahead and put them in your cooler on ice. But I really don't recommend just leaving them in a bucket with no ice in water. I've seen a lot of people do that, and that is not the safest way to store your scallops. They get nasty really, really quickly, so I don't recommend just leaving them out on the hot deck in the Florida heat. Not good. Oh, okay, see, look, I found one that's kind of small. Would say it's this one, so let's see. We'll check the scallop sorter. Honestly, it doesn't fit, so it's good. We truly believe that you should throw the small ones back. There's no reason to keep a tiny scallop. We support the scallop sorters. You can also go by the soda can rule. If you have a soda can on your boat, and if it's smaller than the rim of the soda can, throw it back if you don't have one of these sorters. We threw a ton of small ones back when the season was open earlier this year, and I have hardly seen any tiny ones. So they've taken that time to grow.
That's another benefit of using the floating net system like that. If you end up getting your limit, you can kind of go through and take the live smaller scallops and throw those back and trade up for bigger ones later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ow, it got me.
You got her just now.
It went plop.
Looks like we're gonna have about 6 gallons, right? 5?
Right now, we're reaching the 5-gallon mark. A 5-gallon bucket isn't technically 5 gallons according to FWC. The 5-gallon line is about right here to the lip, right? Right here to the bottom of the lip. Just make sure that you're correct with your measurements. But yeah, I'd say that's 5 gallons right there. 5 gallons from 11 to 1:30. All right, buddy, it's your time to shine. Come open the cooler. Open it up, open it up.
Good job. Nice. Look at all those scallops.
There's a lot of them. Come see.
Ooh. Nice ones.
I want a couple more.
Give them a thumbs up, guys.
Woo!
And then we gotta go get the net because the net's floating off.
All right, I'm getting in.
That's big.
I think it just fell off.
Not bad, huh? Those are big ones, aren't they, buddy?
You're fine.
Nice.
Daddy, this one's China. I can't. But wait, this has orange in it.
You see an orange one?
No,
Oh, just in the inside. Yeah, that's the guts. All right, so now we're gonna cool them down. Watch out. If you guys have kids and you want to bring them out scalloping, go to the east side of Anclote Island. I'd say like 2-3 foot of water at the most at low tide. You might even be like right here, we're in like a foot of water. And the kids will have a blast. They can, you know, put water shoes on, and if they have to touch the bottom, they can. I don't recommend walking around. It is nice grass, but you can get them in, let them float around on a life jacket or a float, and then they'll be able to just reach down and grab them, or, you know, maybe put their life jacket to the side and dive down. It's a good time. I mean, even my youngest at 3 can come out here and do this. I mean, you know, you have to have patience at that age, but Mackenzie, she's doing a great job. Look at that scallop Mackenzie just got all by herself. That is huge. That's a great one, Kenzie. I think that's the biggest one of the day right there.
Mom, look!
Oh my God.
Hold it up and show the camera. That might be the biggest one of the day she just got.
I made it!
Good job. So what do you think, Jameson? You've been having a good day?
Yeah.
Too slow. Haha. Good job.
A pop?
Make it fly. Going back over here into the shallows, and I want you guys to see, hopefully there's not too much glare. You'll be able to see, look, scallops. When we get over here, you guys will really start to see. There'll be like a scallop every couple of seconds. Mackenzie's spotting them back there. You seeing a bunch?
Yeah.
Good.
All 3 in a row.
Cool. See, look, there's one out there. There's one right there next to that plume. There's two next to that plume. 3. Yeah, we're getting into the honey hole now. Look at this. That one just swam down in the grass. That's cool. There's scallops all in that cut right there. How cool. Look at that. Yeah, there sure are a lot. All right, we just measured them up. This first bucket was 5 gallons and the second one's about half full. We're just about at our limit. Look at that. Whoo, those are some good scallops too. I'm just gonna kind of lay a bunch of information out here for you guys. Today, we had a lot of fun, so I don't know how many of these talking points were either ruined by a wet microphone or I just didn't get to them. So I'm gonna give you guys some of the information you'll need right now. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the gear that you should bring with you. You need to have a snorkel. I recommend a good quality snorkel. You're gonna need a dive flag. You're gonna need something to attach your dive flag to. The dive flag needs to have a stiffener. It's gotta be the highest point on the boat. You're gonna need a 5-gallon bucket or something to measure them with, you know, to make sure you're not over your bag limit. I recommend the scallop sorter, but it's not necessary. You're gonna need a cooler, obviously, and some ice. You don't wanna forget that because scallops don't smell very good after they sit out for a little while. You definitely wouldn't wanna eat them if they sat out till you get home.
No, gross.
As far as technique goes, half of it is finding the scallops. You just kinda gotta look for the squiggly grass or grass with some sandy patches, somewhere between, you know, 1 and 10 foot of water, usually. This year they're shallow. Last year we were finding more of them in 8 foot of water. It also depends on the region you're in. You know, there's different counties you can do this in, and every county has a different season. Honestly, it's kind of confusing. You're just gonna wanna look at FWC's website. It changes every year. So I highly recommend looking at the season. Like even this year, they closed Pasco County's scallop season right in the middle of the season. And so like if you didn't like check FWC's website every day, then you could have come out here and technically been poaching. Actually, people were. They didn't put big signs up at the ramp. So when they closed it, people were still out here scalloping and they had no clue until it had circulated on Facebook enough. And then people were like, I was out there scalloping, I had no idea, that kind of deal. Scallops only live 12 months, they say, roughly here in Florida. Later in the season, they'll be a little bit bigger. Earlier in the season, they'll be a little bit smaller. As far as age, you know, how old do you have to be to do this? Well, I've got 2 on the boat right now under 6, and both of them had a great time today. So if you're in shallow water, you can do it. Just be safe, you know. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want more videos like this. We do stuff like this all the time. We try to give you guys information that'll help you, you know, be able to be successful when you do it. I can't promise you that every time you follow one of our videos and go out and try fishing, you're gonna catch fish. It's fishing, not catching. We do have good days, we do have bad days. We're honest about it. Every day we go out is not a fantastic day. We've had days where, whether scalloping or fishing, we didn't catch anything, and that's just part of it. If you appreciate this style content and you appreciate the tips, please do hit the like button. It helps us grow our channel. Take breaks, stay hydrated. Definitely recommend wearing a hair tie if you have long hair. It is really difficult to get all the tangles out if you don't. Trust me, my hair tangles a lot.
Pack a lot of snacks.
Pack a lot of snacks, not just for children, but for the adults. You work up an appetite out here. I mean, this is, you might not notice it when you're doing it, but you are burning a lot of calories. You know, you're swimming all day long. So, something to keep in mind. Don't keep more than you're allowed. It's not worth it. They will probably come and check you. So Pasco season closed abruptly this year, and it was really disappointing. We thought that was going to be the end of it, but fortunately a few weeks went by and they did open it back up. They've been checking the water quality. They said that there was a bad bacteria in the water, so they closed it, and now they've tested and they said it's good. We did have a hurricane come through, so I was kind of worried that even if they did open it, we wouldn't be able to find them, or it'd be just dirty, or I don't know. But fortunately, we came out here today. It's August 28th, and they're everywhere. The water was beautiful. The scallops were everywhere. Nothing wrong at all. I mean, definitely a great day. So here in a minute, we're gonna head out. We're gonna go back to the house. We'll show you guys how to clean them, and then we'll show you some recipes, maybe several recipes. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with them. I know we're probably going to do an appetizer. That is like my favorite way of eating scallops. And then we're probably going to do like a main course that might be a little bit more fancy. We have several scallop videos, so if you don't like the recipe that we use in the end of this video, check out one of our other videos. Other safety things you might want to consider, you know, have somebody that keeps an eye on you. If you can, and you have somebody with you, don't just have them just mindlessly sitting on the boat. Ask them to check, keep an eye out for other boats, keep an eye out for any kind of a medical problem that you could be having. I mean, stuff does happen. So if you're not like really used to diving and stuff and swimming in the ocean, I recommend starting in shallow water, and I recommend watching the tide. Some places obviously have more current than others. Try to find somewhere that doesn't have a lot of current. If the current gets bad, just get out, go find somewhere that's not going to be impacted by the current quite so much, or maybe just wait. There are times where it can be challenging to swim against the current, especially if you're, you know, older or not in great shape, or maybe even a younger child. It can be, you know, it can be a lot. So just be careful. No scallop is worth your life. It's a lot of fun, but just do it safely. Kenzie said she's got something to tell you. What is it?
If you don't know how to swim, don't wear flippers, you'll drown.
That's right. If you're not an extremely good swimmer, don't try getting in with fins. That's something I would, you know, leave until you're more experienced. They can be basically like anchors for somebody that doesn't understand how to use them. I think that's about it. I'm drifting close to the county line. That's it right there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start the boat. We're going to head back to the ramp, and we'll see you guys at the house. We'll show you how to clean them, cook them. Peace out. That's like a note in a bottle, I think.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
I thought this was trash, but it looks like somebody might have put this in here on purpose with a note in it.
All right, so we found this cool bottle in the ocean, just floating by. It looks kind of like a message in a bottle style thing. And it's got all this cool growth on it, and it had a little baby stone crab in it. And now I'm trying to pull him out. He must have gotten in there when he was much smaller, because now he's like too big to get out. But I saved him! Yay! Yeah, hold him by his little claw.
Good job, guys. Kenzie's gonna let the stone crab go. Go
Alright, bye,
ahead.
stone crab!
Alright, so we're back at the house now, and no, I'm not eating scallops out of the shell with a spoon raw. I'm actually cooking an appetizer. She's shucking the scallops. She's gonna show you how to do that in a minute. This isn't gonna be like the be-all recipe. You guys will see. Tomorrow we're gonna do a big fancy dinner with it. Tonight, it's getting late. We've been shucking scallops for a while. It's dark. We've got some stuff going on. So basically, you take the scallop shells and wash them, and then wash the scallops, and then put 3 scallops back in the shell. Drizzle a little bit of this olive oil, or in this case avocado oil, on them, and then just take about the size of the scallop meat. You'll take about that size, so you know, like a grape size worth of cream cheese, and just put that right in there with it. If you like a lot of cream cheese, you can put more than that. It's not that scientific. After you get that done, you put a little bit of Parmesan and a little bit of panko, and then you throw them in the oven for 15-20 minutes. Can't remember exactly how long. You just got to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't burn. When they look golden on top, they're done. You don't want to cook them too crazy long, and you don't really want them to be underdone, because I don't like the texture of scallops when they're not all the way done. I know some people have eaten them raw, and that's not for me. I think she's eating them raw.
I have, but I don't like it. I did it one time, that'll be the first, and that'll be the last. But I also don't like them overcooked. You can overcook them very easily, so you want to keep an eye on them. So, while he is cooking me this nice little appetizer, I am getting all these scallops ready, and check them out. They look so good. This does not look good, but this looks good. Look how big that is.
Look how clean they come when you use that.
Yeah.
She's using the Shop-Vac trick. If you guys haven't already seen that, we talk about this in another video. She'll talk about it again here in a minute. But I'll just go ahead into it. I MacGyvered up this attachment for the end of the Shop-Vac so it fits around the meat better than the actual hose would on the Shop-Vac. So she'll pry them open like this, get a whole bunch opened up, and then just come in with the Shop-Vac and just perfectly cleans them. It's really nice.
If you see our other video on scalloping, I show you the method on how to just scoop the guts out, and you can do that. It works great, but it's very time consuming, and this way is very, very fast, especially if your scallops are all pretty much open like this. If they're open, it's so fast to just pluck the tops off. If they're closed shut, it's a little bit more time consuming when they're all like this. That happens when you put a big layer of ice on top of them in your cooler. But if you put them on top of the ice, a majority of them open up pretty easily.
So I've got this little MacGyver Shop-Vac attachment we talked about before, and she's gonna turn the Shop-Vac on and show you how quick we can get the guts out of these. Go ahead.
It's really easy. If you have your Shop-Vac, you just put some duct tape around it and take a little piece of PVC. What size is this?
1 inch, probably 3/4.
Yeah, just enough to just go around the meat of the scallop, and you're gonna see why. Perfectly clean. Let's see how fast I can get all these done. Perfect. All right, so that was so quick. It would have taken me a long time to scoop out all the guts out of all these. So after that, all you do, scoop your little perfectly clean piece of meat out of there, and there you have it. I was really skeptical the first time Greg said, let's use the Shop-Vac. I was like, that's not gonna work. It's just gonna suck the meat off. It doesn't. The meat stays right on the shell. All the nasty, boogery stuff that normally is dripping all down your arms, all goes away. You don't have to deal with it. And good job. That was good. Very good. And it's very, it's very clean to do it this way, especially with the PVC attachment instead of like using a reusable Shop-Vac attachment. That way, you know, you can just, once you're done with it, you take it off, that's it. You can either clean the piece of PVC or use a brand new piece of PVC.
We use a brand new piece every time. I mean, like, I've got tons of PVC laying around. You only need about this much, so it's not a big deal. One thing I want to mention though, if you let the scallops sit like overnight and then you try to finish tomorrow, let's say, you know, you got a lot of scallops and you get tired, you'll lose a little bit of meat. It's possible.
Yes.
They soften up a little bit. It works a lot better if you do it right away. She hasn't lost any meat tonight. Maybe one tiny little sliver on one, but definitely not like, you know, chunks of meat or anything like that. This all looks perfect. As you can see, the Shop-Vac trick gets them real nice and clean. And while she was doing that, I got this appetizer ready. I'm getting ready to go throw it in the oven. They're all coated in cream cheese and breadcrumbs and Parmesan and all the good stuff. They're gonna go in the oven for about 15 minutes. You'll see them after that.
Alright, so if you don't have a Shop-Vac or you don't want to use your Shop-Vac, I'm going to show you how to do it the manual way, and I'm going to show it with scallop fully closed instead of it being already pried open in case yours are already all the way shut. There's always a little area in the back of the scallop that's a little bit open. So you want to take your knife, your spoon, your little oyster shucker thing, and put it right in the back right there. You got to kind of shove it in there, but just put it right there, wiggle it in, pry it open just a bit, just enough for you to get your spoon in there. You want to use the back or the top side of the scallop, the dark side, and you want to just run it right along the top. I say to use the top side because the belly side, the white side, has a little bit more of a bulge, and sometimes you don't get all the meat all the way. So just run it across the flatter side of the scallop. Pull that off of there. Take your guts and just gently pull down. It's very easy. It gets all over you though. And it looks like boogers and you have to sort of play with them to get it off of there. Which is why I like the Shop-Vac method. It gets on your spoon and everything. It's no fun. But anyway. Alright. And then you just take it, scoop it out. Here it is.
So you guys can imagine how doing them all like that would take way longer than prying them open, having a bunch laying there, and then just coming along with the Shop-Vac and hitting 50 of them at a time, or 20. Much quicker.
Much faster.
A lot of people will dispute that, believe it or not. We posted a video online about this before, and a lot of people were saying, oh, I'm way faster, and you know, and I'm not saying they're not. I mean, they might be, but we're not. For us, this is a big time saver. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really time saving and makes it to where I don't have to play with the boogers.
Right, it's just not gonna be like, I mean, she stinks after she lets it run all down her arm like that.
It's gross. So let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you prefer the manual way, or are you gonna try the Shop-Vac way? Have you already tried the Shop-Vac way?
Yeah.
What do you like better? All right, now it's officially the end of the night. Mama is tired and we are gonna all hit the sack. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our delicious recipe that we're going to show you. All right, so it's the next day now, and we're going to do a surf and turf style meal with some grilled ribeyes, some seared scallops, and a delicious Marry Me sauce to go over the top of it. We're having a little dinner party tonight. We've got Greg's dad, my mom, of course the kids, and Greg and I. And we are missing Greg's mom and Greg's daughter, Brooklyn, but we are missing you guys very much. So when you see this video, just know we're giving you some big virtual hugs. So let's get this meal started. I'm gonna make this really good sauce. It's called a Marry Me sauce, and it's gonna go right over top of our steak and seared scallops. It's got cilantro, parsley, some cherry tomatoes, garlic, lemon, sour cream, sun-dried tomatoes, chili sauce, Worcestershire sauce, Dijon mustard, horseradish sauce, salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, and chili powder. There's 17 ingredients to this sauce, so bear with me. We've got a roasted onion and a roasted red pepper. Oh, and some olive oil. I'm gonna blend those all up together, and I'm gonna show you right now how I'm gonna do it.
Now that's what I call a serious concoction, guys. 17 ingredients. We found this scrolling through some Facebook reels, and it just looked too good. They did it on shrimp and ribeye, and I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. So we'll try that in our video, and here we are, 17 ingredients later.
Yes.
All right, so while Katie's in here cooking this fancy sauce, I'm gonna take these ribeyes outside and grill them up. They've already been sitting here for about an hour with sea salt. I very heavily salted them, let them sit for about an hour. It does wonders for the tenderizing. I made this steak seasoning. It's basically brown sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, turmeric. You can look up a version, something very close. It's called Longhorn Imitation Steak Seasoning. It's pretty close to this. Tastes really good. So basically just take it, nice sprinkle. You pretty much can't do too much, especially on a thick steak. You're gonna want to really lay it on there. Kind of pat it in, make a mess of the nice counter here for you. Sorry, Katie.
Greg doesn't just like to season the steaks. He likes to season the counter, the floor, everything.
Honestly, usually I do this on a big cookie sheet, but through the filming process, it got transferred to a plate, and it's just gonna have to do. I like to rub it on the top. This is the spinalis up here. Also, some people call it the hat, the cap, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, season it nice, roll it in that, scoot that one out of the way. Take this, dust it on there, same deal. If you're wondering why I have these gloves on, I fell at the Anclote River boat ramp the other day. It was very slippery and I got cuts all on my hands. This has got cayenne pepper in it and I don't want that in my cuts. Usually I wouldn't use gloves to do this, but be alright. Alright, so you see I used that whole third of a bowl of it. I'd say maybe a half a cup to a cup of the seasoning does 2 steaks. It depends on the thickness of the steaks. I like to season my steaks very well. These are pretty thick steaks. Not sure if you can see that, but it's significantly thicker than my thumb. It's very difficult to tell once you have that gloves on. My dog's over there choking. He's getting old. So now I've seasoned my ribeyes with my homemade steak seasoning. I'm gonna let these set for just a few minutes and then I'm gonna take them out to the grill. If you don't know how to cook ribeyes, turn the grill all the way up. Get it as hot as you can get it, let it preheat for a long time. Throw them on there for about 3 minutes, turn them. 3 minutes, turn them, flip them. 3 minutes, check. You'll probably be right at about 130 degrees, and that's right where you want it. So I'll be back in a minute. Katie's gonna show you guys how to do the sauce after I clean up my mess. Hold on just a second.
I'll get it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Ah, look at that. She's even gonna clean it up. Sorry, babe.
It's okay. Not a big deal. Alright, now it's time for the sauce. We're first going to start by adding some sour cream for a bit of creaminess. You're going to want to put about 1/4 cup in there. We're going to add 1 roasted onion. You can use a shallot, you can use a red onion. I'm using a sweet yellow onion. And 1 roasted bell pepper. And while I was listing off that ridiculous list of ingredients, I forgot to mention the red wine. You can use whatever red wine you like. I am using Cabernet. You could use a Pinot Noir or whatever you like. But whenever you're cooking with wine, I highly recommend using something that you've already tried before just so you know what the flavor is like. And we are also not going to heat this sauce up. We might heat it up a little bit, but we're not going to reduce it. So if you're cooking for small children or children at all, the alcohol will not cook out of it. So I'm not giving it to my kids, to each their own, but they won't be eating it tonight. We're going to be using the juice from half of a lemon for a little bit more acidity. It's a huge lemon. Just hope it doesn't get me in the eye. I've had that happen a few times. It's not fun. I think that's good. We're going to do 1 bundle of cilantro and 1 bundle of flat leaf parsley. 1 clove of garlic. 3 cherry tomatoes. Now the recipe I followed did not tell me how much to use when it came to the seasonings. So I put about a half a teaspoon in there, give or take, do it, however you want to taste. I've got about a half a teaspoon of salt, black pepper, chili powder, paprika, and garlic powder. And we've got in here 2 tablespoons of horseradish, 2 tablespoons of chili sauce, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, and 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes. And remember, this recipe is just a guideline. If you don't like one of the ingredients, don't add it. If you like it a lot, add more. If you like it, if you kind of like it or are not sure, add a little bit less. That's what I love so much about cooking. You can really just take a recipe and just make it your own. Alright, so I'm going to start blending this up, and once all the ingredients get incorporated, I'm going to slowly drizzle in a half a cup of olive oil. You can use whatever type of oil you want, but I'm using olive oil for the flavor. That looks so good. It really doesn't take that long. Now I'm going to carefully take my olive oil Hopefully not spill it. All right, check out the color. It looks so beautiful. This is gonna go so good on our steaks and scallops. Might have made a little bit too much, or maybe not enough. Who knows? We're gonna find out. Look at that. Yum. Now you can heat this up, maybe in the microwave or maybe a little bit in the skillet, but I do believe it's supposed to be served at room temperature. So that's how we're gonna have it today. Greg might want his heated up. Uh-oh, that means it's time for the scallops. All right, so I'm gonna have my mom do a little taste test. Everybody say hi to Mom.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
It's not gonna burn my mouth. Right
No,
now,
it's not
is it?
spicy at all, no.
Okay.
There you go. Even though it has the chili sauce in it and the chili powder, it's not spicy at all. You like it?
Ooh.
Look good?
Mmm.
A little
That's
tangy.
different.
It's got the horseradish. Ooh.
It hit the back of my throat.
You like it though, right?
I do like it. I bet that'll be good on the steak.
Okay.
And the scallops.
All right, awesome. I just want to say one thing real quick. So this woman right here just beat pancreatic cancer. And if you don't know what that is, it is one of the top 3 worst cancers around. And she just had a very extensive surgery to get rid of it. And she is doing well, right? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're very happy to have her here. We love you very much. And for the past 7 months, it's been very rough, but things are looking up now, and we're having a great time together, and we're all happy to have you here.
Aw.
So everybody show her some love in the
sweet.
comments below.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
sweet.
we're happy to have you here, and I hope you enjoy this meal tonight.
I will. I always love your cooking. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
All right, so I've got the steaks resting in the oven. They just got done. I'm getting ready to season this cauliflower. It's already starting to steam. Got some Everglades on it. I love this stuff. Katie's gonna come over here and sear the scallops for you guys. I'm really excited to try this sauce. I know it's quite complicated, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it. I guess let's get at it, so stay tuned.
All right, now that Greg's got the steaks in and they're resting in the oven, check out this heaping pile of scallops. We used some yesterday, a good amount of them yesterday, and look at how much we still have left over. So we're gonna make another one of those appetizers tomorrow. All right, so to get this started, I'm gonna heat up some avocado oil in the pan. You can use whatever type of oil you like. I'm just using avocado oil. Just drizzle that in the pan. And I'm gonna season this with some Everglades because we love to have Everglades on our scallops and our cauliflower and our eggs. It's like a really good all-purpose seasoning. Sprinkle that on there, very salty, so you don't wanna use too much. It gives it this really good, sweet flavor though. And a little bit of paprika just for color. That's gonna give it that really nice reddish color. All right, now that my pan is nice and hot, I'm just gonna put these in here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Here, I'll take that plate for you too.
Thanks, Ben. All right, so these are gonna sear for a couple minutes on each side. Just get a nice, good crust on them. You don't wanna overcook them, but you don't wanna undercook them either. All right, so my scallops are gonna sear for like 2 to 3 minutes on each side, depending on how big your scallops are. These are some serious scallops. they are not these tiny little things. These are like almost half the size of some sea scallops.
Yeah, you almost could have bacon wrapped those.
Yeah. Oh, we should cook them with some bacon sometime. That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right, so while I'm giving these scallops a second to sear, I want to take a minute and brag about our captain over here. He does absolutely everything he can to get us on the fish, or on the scallops in this case. He will get us the best bait.
Listen to her talking me up and stuff.
He does. He does everything a good captain should do. He doesn't rest until we get what we're after. And he does everything on the GPS. He moves spots. He does absolutely everything. And we are so grateful for you, because we wouldn't have any of these great memories that we're documenting without you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. We love you.
Love you too.
They look so good. All right. Now it's time to give them a flip. That color is so nice on there.
Scallops don't take a long time to cook, so you want to have your heat up real high. You want to get a nice crust on the outside. It's ideal to use some sort of a seasoning that's got a little bit of sugar content.
Yeah, I think the Everglades does have some sugar in it.
Absolutely. I think it's a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it doesn't say how much sugar. It does list it as an ingredient, but it doesn't say how much is actually in it.
That's weird. I'm surprised it doesn't say like 20%, something like that.
Right? It doesn't say anything like that. But you can taste it in there.
We're not sponsored by Everglades or anything, but it is made here in Florida. It's a good seasoning. We use it on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the first time we ever had it, we were living off of Everglades Boulevard.
Yeah.
So we saw it at Publix, and we were like, Everglades seasoning, we have to have that. We live on Everglades Boulevard.
Yeah, that was down in Naples. We've been all over the place, done a lot of stuff here in Florida.
Yeah.
I rotate them again.
That was, what, 8 years ago now?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was what I don't know about you guys, but in my house, you gotta have cheddar cheese on your cauliflower. I guess I should probably take the strainer out first, though.
Yes.
Otherwise, Katie will be mad.
Oh my gosh, yes. Those things are a pain in the butt to clean when it gets the cheese in all the little holes. Ooh.
Lots of cheese. And a lot. Those look very tasty.
Mom's looking over there like, not too much cheese.
I'll take them out.
There'll be plenty with no cheese on them.
I know.
All right. I think these are good, Greg.
Perfect. You want me to pull the steak?
Yeah. All right, so look at this delicious plate that we've got here. I'm gonna add our sauce right over top of those scallops. They are seared to perfection with that gorgeous color on them. Look at that. Greg, would you like it just drizzled on the steak, or would you like it not drizzled on the steak?
Yeah, go ahead and just slap a big dollop right in the middle of the steak for me.
All right, so we've got our scallops and our steak covered in our yummy Marry Me sauce. I can't wait to try it. Mmm. Wow, that is really, really good. Oh my gosh, you wanna try it?
Yeah, absolutely. Mmm.
Like it?
Super tangy.
It is very tangy. The horseradish, the lemon,
That's
a
very
little
good.
bit of red wine. Ooh. It has a slight kick to it, but it's not spicy. It's got that chili sauce in it, but all the other ingredients in it really tame it down. Very good, very zingy. I can't wait to have it on the steak too. I bet it's gonna be so good.
Alright guys, I usually don't put any kind of like sauce like this on my steak after it's cooked, so I'm really curious how this is gonna be. I'm gonna cut into the spinalis up here and try, this is the spinalis, the top part right here, this is the best part of the steak. I'm gonna cut that little piece of fat off, get a nice piece of spinalis, dip it in this sauce, and I'm gonna see what it's all about. Mmm. That is really good. You know, it kind of reminds me of like the stuff you put on prime rib. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one horseradish sauce that I make. Yeah, that's really good.
You want
It
to try a
does
bite
remind
of
me
it?
of that. Yes, I do.
Over here. That's a fancy dinner. A lot of time and effort went into this meal. I mean, this isn't something you're gonna have every day, but definitely delicious.
Scallop season only comes once a year, so why not? And it really helps when the steak is cooked to perfection. So thank you for cooking such a good steak, babe. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope all our tips and tricks really helped you. We had so much fun making it, but we're gonna go eat now. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
This video is coming to an end though because I'm gonna eat this while it's hot. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace out.